Alright guys, so welcome to your 20th, and let me actually note that down because I have a little piece of paper right here that I write what number I'm on because usually whenever I'm making tutorials a lot in a row, I just forget completely and then I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? But anyways, what we did so far is we created an HTML file, this is it, and we created some styling, pretty cool. And in our HTML file, what we said is, whenever you click I'm a dude, then you're going to call this dude function. However, check this out, nothing's happening, and that's because we didn't create the functions yet in JavaScript. So let's go ahead and do that right now, and the first thing that we need to do is put a new file, and I'll just name it Bucky. Oops, that's not where you do that. Bucky.js for JavaScript. And now what I want to do is get rid of that. I actually want to move this over. Whatever file I'm working on, I like to have it, right there for some reason. Weird, OCD kind of thing. But the function that we want to work with first, let me make sure I got this right. Alright, one's called dude and one's called chick. So let's go ahead and work with the dude first. And I'll show you guys basically what this function is going to do, and that's this. Whenever you click this button, it's going to set the overall table to the dude table. It's going to set the head, which is things in my pocket, this right here. It's going to set it to this. And it's going to set the items, of course, to dude items. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing we need to do, of course, and this as a general rule, this is always the first thing you want to do whenever you're trying to change something on an HTML page with JavaScript or AJAX. You want to reference everything in JavaScript. So the table equals document.get element, element, hold on, let me look that up in dictionary, by ID. And the ID of this is, I don't even think we gave it an ID, so, alright, ID equals table. That's embarrassing. Table. Alright, so now what we did is this table variable represents the table on our website. So after this, let me go ahead and save this. I hate when that's red for some reason. The next thing we want to do is do this with the head in the different items. So I'm going to save us a little bit of time by copying this. So basically, the table head, make sure I have the IDs for these, is table head. And item 1 is item 1. And item 2 is of course the second item. So now what we basically did is we created variables, and we can alter these variables in JavaScript, and it's going to alter the HTML on our web page. Pretty freaking cool. But now we have the question, how do we change the style or the look of an element in JavaScript? Well, we do that, and this is one technique, by changing its class. So right now, for example, if you look at this table, it has no class, and I don't mean like, oh, it's a scum, it's not very classy. I mean, in HTML, it doesn't have a class. So it's pretty hard to style something or change its class if it doesn't have a class. So what we want to do is whenever we click this function and dude is called, we want to go ahead and set the class of this table. So table, which we define right here, go ahead and change its class name equal to whatever class name we got right here, which was dude table. Now what this line of code is going to do is this, and I'll go ahead and explain this one little mini example, and then you're going to understand the rest of the code. So basically, by default, this table has no styling whatsoever. So then, whenever we click I'm a dude right here, it's going to call the dude function in JavaScript. So what the dude function is going to do is it's going to get all your elements as a reference, and it's going to change the class name of this table right here to dude table. So actually, if we go ahead and save this and refresh it right now, whenever you click I'm a dude, check out what happens. It changes the style of the table. Now, of course, if you click I'm a chick, nothing happens because we didn't build that, and also the head and the items are not working yet. So let's go ahead and do that. So this is basically how you change the look of an element dynamically. Now we can just go ahead and copy this. And this is going to take like 1 second, maybe 2. Okay, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds, just like I said. Alright, so what is this one? Dude head, and dude items, and all the items get the same styling. So now basically what we're doing is whenever we click that dude function using this button, it's going to go ahead and call the dude function in just JavaScript file and change the styling of every single one of these elements. So we already know that that's true because we took a look at that mini example. So now let me go ahead and just copy this, save us a whole crap load of time. Give myself some more space. And now just go ahead and copy this and change this to the chick function. Now remember, the chick function is basically the exact same thing as this. The only difference is it uses these classes because these are like the pink and yellow italic little cool girly classes. So let me go ahead and see what's different. Okay, so the function name is different in pretty much the last 4 lines. Alright, so chick table instead of dude table, chick head instead of dude head, and chick items instead of dude items. So save that and we should be good to go as long as I spelled everything right. And okay, looks good to go. So now go ahead and save that and refresh and check it out. Now remember, when you refresh the page, the default HTML is basically no classes or no styling whatsoever. It's not until you click one of these buttons until the JavaScript functions are called, changing this dynamically. So click I'm a dude, and it changes to the dude where everything's manly, blue and red. Click I'm a chick, and it changes it dynamically through JavaScript where, of course, everything is pink, yellow, all girly and italic like that. So basically, the user can click back and forth and back and forth, and if you're like, you know what, this isn't really AJAX, it's just JavaScript, and we didn't really use XML at all. Well, the reason I want to give you guys this example without throwing you guys into XML is because this is going to happen dynamically through your XML instead of the user clicking a button. For example, whenever you're on Facebook or something and you click like, well, instead of a button, it's just a link that says like. Now, what that button does is it changes to unlike. Or you can, what else is an example? If you want to say view more comments, or on this YouTube video you're watching right now, where you click on the description, instead of changing this to, blue and red, it shows you more of the description or more comments or more information. Basically, all of that is done through the use of XML, and we're talking about how those are more tightly integrated later on. But for now, this is how you include CSS and JavaScript in your files, and also basically this is where we're going to be using this technique working with AJAX in the future. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to keep clicking this for probably a few more hours, and when I'm done I'll teach a new tutorial. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.